Hello class! So today we are going to consider separation techniques. Now this is chapter 4 of your textbook. Now you can also follow this by looking at your notes. So first, let us consider these water bottles. I'm sure all of you have bought all these kinds of water before. But if you notice, actually some of the bottles have different claims. Like this says that it is pure distilled water, and even more, for Alpheus, every single drop is pure. Now, for Polar, it says that it is mineral water. So I'd like you to pause for a second and think about what is the difference between all these bottles of water? Is there a difference between mineral water and pure distilled water? What does pure actually mean? So in today's lesson, we'll think about what is a pure substance, what is impure, what kind of substances are magnetic, what is filtration, and what is evaporation used for. So at the end of this topic, you should be able to answer all these questions. So previously, we looked at elements, compounds, and mixtures. So elements and compounds are actually what we call pure substances, because they only contain one type of substance. So if it's an element, it's all the same element, all the same type of atoms. If it is a compound, such as water, you only contain water and nothing else. But a mixture contains two or more types of substances. And we will learn that there are two different types of mixtures, solutions. Now, I want you now to draw the particle diagram for pure water, knowing that a pure substance only contains one type of substance. Now, you can draw it on the blank space on the bottom of page 1 of your notes. Now, you should have drawn something like this, where there's only one type of particle. But of course, if you remember, water has this Mickey Mouse shape, right? One oxygen atom and two hydrogen atoms. So if you drew something like this as well, it will be perfectly fine. Alright, so either one of these diagrams would be fine, where there's only one type of particle. Now, what would then an impure substance look like? So if we're looking at the same diagram, if it's an impure substance, you will have two or more types of substances. So you have many different colored circles here to indicate that each one of these is a different type of substance. So there are actually 1, 2, 3, 4 types of substances here. So it's an impure substance, and we also call it a mixture. So there are many ways to separate mixtures. Okay, so we're going to learn about 3 of them for this semester. We'll learn the rest next year. Okay, so but there will be 5 in your textbook, but we're only going to learn about 3. So the first one we're going to learn about is magnetic attraction. So let us look at this video first, and let us answer the question on why can this person move the fence. So, why is it that this particular boy can move the fence? I think some of you might find this clip very familiar. It's from X-Men First Class, and the boy in the video is Magneto. So, how does Magneto move the fence? What do you think the fence actually contains? So, we're looking at magnetic attraction. So, there are a few magnetic materials that you need to know. Okay, so they are steel, which is an alloy, nickel, iron, and cobalt. So these are elements, and you can find them in the periodic table. Now, a lot of fences are made out of steel. That's why you can actually attract the iron inside of steel. So that's why Magneto was able to move the fence. Now, we do need to know all these 4 magnetic materials. So, why is it then is steel magnetic? Now, we should recall from the previous topic that steel is an alloy of iron and carbon, and iron itself is magnetic. Now, we will consider in the practical whether cereal is magnetic. Now, if you look carefully at this packaging, you'll realize that some cereals contain iron. Now look at your Honey Stars or any cereal that you eat in the morning, and look very carefully before we do the practical whether or not they contain iron. And if it does contain iron, will you be able to move the cereal with a magnet? Now, common applications of magnetic attraction are to scrap metal. So you know that in Singapore, our certificate of entitlement for cars are 10 years, so you can only own a car for 10 years. So after 10 years, most of the cars are scrapped. So, but cars are made of valuable metal. So they have this very huge magnet here, which will attract out all the iron that's in the cars. Now, we also use magnets to remove harmful objects from food. Now, when we process things like grain or rice, okay, sometimes the metals from the machine itself gets into the cereal. So they use magnetic separators to remove any metal pieces, or rather any magnetic pieces in the food. Otherwise, you'll be eating lots of metal pieces. So this is all for magnetic attraction. We will move on in the next video to the other 2 methods of physical separation.